Good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome back to Phatkat Collections. Super excited to share with you guys today yet another bam Invicta watch. Now what I'm doing now is I'm actually trying to captivate your attention because I always show you guys the watch on the wrist at the end of the video. I want to give you guys a little sneak peek right now. Alright, that's all you get. So what is this watch? You guys know if you've been watching me for a while and following me, whether it be on, oh, and guys, follow me. If you have a Facebook account, follow me on my Facebook group, Invicta Addiction. INVICTADDITION. Just like Invicta Addiction, Invicta Addiction. It's my new Facebook group where you guys can post your wrist shots, share different deals. It's a great way to keep informed on any kind of sales or events that are happening. I've been posting the heck out of the new Hercules. It's going to be released on Tuesday. There's always links in the description where you get this stuff for the best deal. So with this watch, you guys know, again, if you've been following me for a while, that my favorite watch, period, hands down, every manufacturer, and don't get me wrong, I have 150 watches. Not all are Invicta. I like each and every one of them. I have some are my favorites, but if I had to choose one watch and only wear that one watch forever, it would be the Grand Arsenal or Grand Octane. Now again, with the name on this watch, they originally started off calling this the Grand Arsenal. And then after quite some time, I think Evine had a lot to do with that, they changed the name to Grand Octane. However, you won't find this listed as either name on the actual Invicta website. It's just a reserve level. But what's confusing again about this watch is this is not only the Grand Octane or Grand Arsenal, depending on where you have purchased it, which most of the time now you'll see this referred to more as the Grand Octane. So the Grand Arsenal name kind of sort of fell off. The Octane is really what this watch is going by now. Again, not officially, but that's what it, word on the street is. That's what it, that's where you'll see it posted and referred to on pretty much all the websites, especially Shop HQ or Evine, which links are in description for this. Now, this watch right now is sold out pretty much everywhere unless you get it through eBay. I'm going to put 3 links in the description where you can check it. If you want to pick it up, pick it up. The best deal on this watch is where I got it from, Invicta stores. It was part of their yellow tag sale. And guys, if you've been watching me for a while, sometimes maybe you'll miss a video. I'm mentioning and telling you guys in click my link in the description for it says yellow tag event. It's going to be the first one on there. Click that. Bookmark it in your browser, because when they have these sales, and they have them every couple weeks, the deals are unbeatable. And what I mean by that is this watch I paid $138 shipped. And traditionally, when I first bought my very first Grand Octane, I paid about $400 for it. And the prices have just really come down a lot on these. And I feel like that I have had a lot to do with that, mentioning the yellow tag event, because the prices are just, they're untouchable. Now, next to them, you always get great deals on Evine as well. But just to give you guys an example, I paid $138 for this watch a couple weeks ago on a yellow tag event. It sold out. Then they had it on Evine, and Evine was selling for $199 plus, depending on where you live, tax, and then shipping. Invicta store, same thing. You might pay tax depending on which state. I think right now there's only 4 or 5 states that are charging sales tax on internet order shipped goods. I know Pennsylvania is one. I think Washington, a few other states, but most of the country still, you're gonna get this for $138 shipped to your door, free shipping and returns if by some chance you don't like it, which I don't see why you wouldn't. So and then next to that right now it's sold out on Evine or Shop HQ. It's sold out on Invicta stores. It was $199 sale price on Shop HQ. I paid $138. 2 weeks later they had it on another yellow tag event for $118 shipped. Amazing. And I don't know how they do it, honestly. I really don't. But now you're probably going to have to get it off eBay, which, since we're talking about it here, let me just go to eBay and see what they're actually selling this watch for. Because, guys, sometimes with Invicta watches, when they sell out, you may not get them again. And, my favorite watch, before I get this one, I gotta say, I think this one knocked everything off this one took the trophy, because it's all mirror polished. Now, again, I'm talking a lot, but I'm going to show you guys in a second, is my rose tone, yellow tone gold Grand Octane, and you cannot find that watch anywhere right now. So if I were to try to flip that watch on eBay, I'd probably get $500-600 for it easy. It's again, supply and demand. If somebody wants it, and somebody has it, you're going to pay more for it. So this watch may never come back for these prices. They may never make this watch again. If you do want to get it though, and I encourage you, I mean, because you snooze, you lose. Let me just find it here. I know I probably should have done this before, but who cares, right? You guys ain't doing anything. 29019, model number 29019. Let me go to eBay and just see what is available. 29019 Invicta. Oh man, this one's gonna be a tough one to get, folks. Jeez. Wow. Yeah, they have one on eBay right now. Dang. Okay, so this one's brand new on eBay with tags, $179. So plus $10 shipping. So $189.99. Still a pretty fair deal. I'm honestly surprised that watch is on there right now for that price, because it's the only one you can get right now that I've been from the big boys. You know, eBay, Evine, Shop HQ, or Invicta store. So cop it while you can. So enough about me talking about how great this watch is. Let's talk about the watch itself. So let me go back to the description here. So again, the Grand Octane is a 19mm thick watch, as you can see. Not the thickest watch, not gonna be as thick as your Venom watches, but I think it's perfect. I wish they came out with this watch with, and you never know, you know, Invicta goes, sometimes they do some crazy things. I wish they would come out with this watch with like a, I don't know, like a grand Octane. You know, make this watch just bigger, you know, and it's big enough, but right now the biggest watch that Invicta makes is the full-size Sea Hunter 3. That's the name I gave it because it is the third variation. I think now they have a fourth Sea Hunter. They're really two of my favorite watches. The Sea Hunter 3 is actually about 23mm thick, which is even thicker than the Venom or the Bolts. This one here, not quite as thick. I would love to see them make this in just a big, beefy. I mean, this watch is huge. 63mm at the edge of the bezel to the end of the crown, 58mm at the bezel itself. So remember, guys, and I've seen some folks mention that, oh, well, you can get the full-size version. No, the Grand Octane is the full-size version. They do make some Octanes that are smaller, but the Grand Octane is the full-size 58. So some folks have seen me do a review on a Grand Octane in the past. They said, oh, well, they have, you know, on this website, I think one guy said the Evine had the 63mm version. The 63mm version, 58mm version are the same watch. It just depends on where you buy it, how they refer to the size. But all these watches are 58mm at the bezel and 63 to the end of the crown. So that's the Grand Octane right there. And 19mm thick. So not the thickest. I mean, 19mm is still a very thick watch, but not quite as thick as your Sea Hunter 3s or your Venoms. It's a little thinner, which is kind of nice because it's a little bit lower profile. Sometimes, like wearing a leather jacket, when I go to take the jacket off, I actually have to take off the watch. I can't get it. Kind of like the jacket's kind of fitting or kind of fitted. You kind of have to take the watch off, get the jacket off. So I think it's kind of comical. But this is a little nicer because it fits underneath your sleeve really well. Again, 58mm at the bezel, 63 to the crown, and as you can see, this is a full mirror polished version, and they don't make a lot of the Grand Octanes in a full mirror polished version. Most of them have mirror polishing down the center links and then a brushed finish on the case and the sides. I only own 3 watches that are fully mirror polished. One is the Blue Label edition. In this watch, it's same thing, the Coalition. I'll explain that in a second. This is a again with the Invicta with the names. This is a reserve level Coalition Grand Octane. Okay. And I have the Blue Label, then I have the Abalone, non-Coalition, all mirror polished black, and then this watch. And this, I had to have it. I probably would not have got this watch if it was not for the mirror polishing. I actually saw Tommy Big Time size one of these. I thought he bought it, and I was like, oh god, I was jealous. You know, I was like, I gotta get that. Then they had it on yellow tag, and I was like, you know what? I'm pulling the trigger on this. I mean, it really is exceptional. So when you have the Grand Octane, which is in this case the Coalition version, what they've done is they kind of put this kind of T-bar structure across the face. That's really the only difference between this and a little bit, you know, different face, of course. It's basically the only difference in the watch is the fact it says Coalition Forces on the buckle, and then you have the Coalition Forces face, which you will find this face on every Coalition Grand Octane. So I love it. Absolutely beautiful watch, and this is a watch that my coworker got years ago, back in the day, and he got this watch in an all yellow gold black face Coalition with that beautiful T-bar, and I did a review on it. It's on the channel if you want to check it out. You have to go through the playlist, but I always said to myself, God, I wish I would have got that, because that coalition face just really dresses up the watch. There's a lot of pizzazz to this. The other thing I love about it is, besides the fact it's mirror polished, and again, I wouldn't have got it if it wasn't for that mirror polishing, because I already had this watch in your non-coalition version in the yellow and gold. It was my very first Grand Octane, and I paid $400 for it. So this is a friggin' steal at that price, and a steal at the price through the eBay link, which I'll put, again, all 3 links in the description. Check out all 3. You never know what they may have, but right now it is sold out. Invicta stores, Evine, or Shop HQ. They changed the name. But but it's available on that eBay link. Only one. So, and I'm familiar with that particular seller. He's pretty reliable. So links will be in the description. The other thing that really sold me on this watch is all the Grand Octanes. Very few of them have what I always refer to. I don't know what they're actually called, but these white kind of rubberized, I call them like pillars. That's not really what they are, but no other watch. I think there's only one, maybe one, that has these white. Most of the time they're either gray or black. And again, depending on which watch you buy. But the white and the gold on this just really makes this watch pop. I mean, I think it is really, I mean, I go back and forth between this watch and my two-tone yellow rose watch, but this watch I've been wearing a lot lately. And you can see the entire thing full mirror polished. And this is my first Grand Octane in a yellow tone gold with silver, or two-tone in full mirror polish. Most of my Invictas have that kind of two-tone, and I gotta tell you, when you wear a full mirror polished Grand Octane, I mean, heads just turn awareness. Now again, I mean, it's always nice to have people recognize things. I like heads turning, whether they like it or hate it. I mean, it's an attention getter, and this thing is just a conversation starter, and wearing this, you will notice people's eyes go down to your wrist. It is that stunning, and I think that white was the perfect choice for those, so to speak, pillars. I mean, stunning. So let's talk a little bit about the dimensions a little more here. I'll just show you the back. It does have a coalition, before I do that, coalition forces is on the back there. Again, coalition forces on that mirror polished clasp. Beautiful milled clasp on these. I think it's so funny too. And again, I don't want to hate on anybody, but you know, it's so funny when you're gonna pay for like a vintage Rolex Submariner. And again, to each their own, buy what you like, but they praise this watch. I mean, on that watch you have hollow center links, hollow end links, drilled lugs, you know, where you can actually see the hole from the side, a stamped clasp, and nothing wrong with that. But for $6 grand for a used watch, $138. Now this may not be your cup of tea, but the build quality, the fit and finishing, I'm sorry, in my opinion, destroys that vintage Rolex, destroys it. So then I'm sure I'm gonna get some slack for saying that, but it's the truth, guys. Now, will it, you know, can you take it diving as far as that Rolex? Is this a tool watch? Absolutely not, you know. But you know, it's just it's a stunning piece. And again, you know, you do have water resistance, which let's go ahead and talk about the specs. So, and then I'm going to show you guys some wrist shots. And I do want to show you one thing before I talk about that as well, is I normally don't show you guys the box, but Invicta changed the box. Now, I'm not sure if they're doing this all models, but normally you get that big, clunky, yellow cardboard style box, which I'm always like, you know, I keep my stuff under lock and key. A lot of you guys who like to display them aren't really too worried about, you know, keeping things under lock and key. I have beautiful display cases. For me, everything's locked up. So the cases, to me, just most of them I throw them away. This one here, I'm just really glad that I hope they're doing this in all their boxes, because it's a lot smaller. The box never had to be as large as it was. This watch fits perfect on the inside. I think the build quality is I mean, on par with what you normally would get, but I love the fact that it's just smaller. It's nice in case that you do have to send something back. Not that I've ever had that issue, but I don't know. I just think it's a cleaner presentation than that big yellow box. And let's face it, guys, most of us we don't really keep these. So, but still, I was happy that they did that change, because I always hated that big yellow box, because if you do collect them, they take up a lot of room. So I just wanted to show you guys that. So let's talk a little bit about the watch. This is a Swiss movement Ronda Z60 quartz chronograph movement. Again, nothing too exciting. It's the same movement that they put in a lot of their watches. The Z60 movement is a quartz Swiss made, and again, take that with a grain of salt, because it does say Swiss made. The watch is not made in Switzerland. The movement, I'm not sure how they make the movement or how they get away with calling it Swiss made, but Swiss made really is meaningless nowadays. It really is. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean you're gonna get something that's gonna last longer. It doesn't mean you're gonna be getting something that's better. It's just, there's lots of watches using the Swiss made Ronda movements, all the way up to luxury brands. So take that with a grain of salt. I've had this movement in many of my watches, and What I love about it is that it's a quartz movement, it's accurate, it is a chronograph watch, but you can pull that crown to the number 2 position and it will put the watch in a 70% power saving mode. Some of you guys are gonna say, oh, well, you can get dust in the watch. You know, don't go swimming with it like that. Don't, you know, if you're in a dusty environment, I don't know where the hell you could be with that much dust, but I've never had anything get any of my watches, and I keep the crown pulled. You know, you gotta figure, when they're in a case or they're in a safe or in a nice watch box and the crown's pulled, you're not gonna, dust isn't, you know, dust isn't getting in the watch. So, you know, and I'd rather have the battery last. You can get almost 5 years out of a battery. I think I just had one of mine die, and I got 5 years out of it. So that was pretty amazing. So again, this says 18 millimeters in case thickness on the Evine website. I've seen it referred to as, I didn't measure it, but 19 millimeters in case thickness. It is 316 stainless steel, again with that beautiful mirror polished plated finish, which the plating Invicta uses is fantastic. I've never had any problems with flaking or wear, and again, most of my Invictas are well over 5 years. So bracelet measurement is 9 inches, so if you're a big guy, you have big monster, Bigfoot ass wrists, this is gonna fit you. If you're a big ass bodybuilder, this is gonna fit you. 28 millimeters in width, so you get a nice wide bracelet. You have push-pull function pushers, no screw-down crown or screw-down function pushers. That's something Invicta did, I think, just to make the watches even more affordable. You know, some of the ones that I have are screw-down crown function pusher. The only downside to it is that you just lose that 900 feet of water resistance. It takes you down to 660 feet, which is more than enough to go swimming with, to, you know, to go diving with. And the watch weighs 14 ounces. Your clasp is your classic fold-over friction deployment. Your complications are perpetual seconds, a date window, and a 30-minute indicator and day of the week indicator. Unidirectional rotating bezel, and dowel material is some sort of alloy. So that's really about it. Again, 20 ATMs of water resistance, or 200 meters, or 660 feet of water resistance. So that's really it in a nutshell, guys. Very similar to all the Invicta Grand Octanes, unless you start getting involved in automatics, which, you know, for me, I really wish they made more automatics using just like the NH35, because I prefer never have to open the watch back. Not saying you can't have something fail or need maintenance, but it's a pretty reliable movement by Seiko, and I love when they put that in their watches. The only downside is when you put a movement like that and you get rid of the Ronda, you lose your function pushers because they're no longer necessary. So the watch doesn't quite look as large, but still a gigantic, beautiful looking piece. So guys, without further ado, let's throw this bad boy in the wrist. Remember, folks, check the links. I mean, one of you lucky guys are going to be able to pick this up through that eBay link. I know, so one of you guys is going to see this and say, man, I need to add this to my collection, because when they're gone, again, you never know. I mean, and I'll give you my story. You guys know I like to talk. So my story, one of my earliest Invictas, my yellow tone, rose and yellow, full mirror polished Venom watch, which was defective, sold under false pretenses by... Again, I did a video on that. It's one of the most popular videos. I'm surprised the guy never tried to make right by it, because that video has gotten so many views. He probably killed his business. But that was through, I think, what was it? It's, well, I don't want to say the wrong name, but it's my Invicta Venom watch Nightmare. I would never buy from that seller again. But, you know, that watch is gone. That was like the very last one I was able to find. They've made this watch with the black spinel stones on it. 3 different color variations. Some of you were lucky enough to get it. That watch is gone. And if you find it, you're going to be paying $700, $800 for it. So pick it up while you have the chance, guys. So here it is on the wrist once again. Beautiful mirror polish finish. Look at those white pillars, or whatever the heck they're called, those hex screws. Just fantastic. Let me get back a little bit so you can see it from a distance here. Just a monster of a timepiece. You know, and I talk to a lot of you guys regularly. I love what I do, reviewing this stuff and sharing all these different products with you guys. And, you know, subscriber count is super important, because it's almost like an indication on YouTube from, you know, when companies see it, they say, okay, well, they have a following, they have a potential reach. So, you know, guys, I get a lot of free products by companies. I work with lots of companies. For instance, companies like Vizio and smart home tech manufacturers. And, I mean, George Zaharoff, his amazing cologne. If you haven't checked that out, check out my review on that one there. Use the link, get a discount code. I mean, that cologne is fantastic. And you know what? Nice thing about stuff like this is, you know, wearing having your own style and wearing these nice watches. It makes you feel good about yourself. You want to put your best foot forward, put out the best presentation for what makes you happy, of course. Invicta may not be for everybody. Nothing wrong with that. You may like a Rolex. That's cool too. As long as you're nice to people and respectful, that's all that really matters. But it's great to be able to get these products and share them with you guys and hear what you think when you get them. It's just, I love this watch. Sorry, I'm just like, I had a point there, but I lost it. Anyway, that's what happens when Phatkat starts rambling on and gets excited about a watch. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. Sorry. God, that's beautiful. Yeah, so a guy messaged me the other day, and a lot of people, when they see a watch it's this large, they're like, oh, I only do the 50. I only have 7-inch wrist. Guys, I have a 7-inch wrist. I weigh about 178 pounds now. Unfortunately, gotta get back to that gym. But that's what beer does. Okay. I have a 7-inch wrist. I'm about 5'7", and everybody who sees watches like that have met me and know me and asked me, they're like, wow, it's big, but it looks good on you. It's really about how you present yourself and how you pull it off. And you don't have to be I'm not a big guy. I mean, really, realistically, I'm gonna get down to, once I get back to that gym, about 165 pounds. But my wrist isn't really gonna change. It's still gonna be 7 inches. And you can wear these, and just, you don't have to be a big guy to wear these. They're just very wearable. They're very comfortable, and they're just attention getters. And I get excited to talk about these because I do believe in the brand. I do think they make an amazing product, and I don't think there's a watch company out there that can touch them for what they're giving you for the money. I mean, I don't know how they do it. I really don't. So, well, guys, I hope you liked the video. Thanks for bearing with me. 21-minute video, a lot longer than I normally do, but I hope you stay tuned for the whole thing. If you did, check out the links in the description. You got a little homework. Check out those links in the description. Whether you buy the watch or not, check them out so you can see some nice close-up shots of the watch. Subscribe to the channel. Click the bell to be notified anytime I upload a new video. Drop a comment. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And, let me know what you guys think. You guys have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for watching, and take care.